Welcome. Relax and rest a while.
Please, I'm only a soldier back from Chloricon. Don't kneel, and I'm afraid I don't do blessings. Me? They call me a war hero. Haven't you heard the songs? It was only 5 Bolgan, and I had a rusty knife. Huh, I don't see what all the fuss is about. As you know, until the siege ends, it's a lot of sitting around and brief skirmishes. Can't wait for a real fight. I tell you, we need a place like this in Chloricon. Sure, there are places to drink and gamble, but nothing with class. He's as vile as his sister's delectable. I don't know how word got round to him, though. I thought I was discreet. Well, here for the formalities, then. My sword is in the back. She's new, the real beauty. Go on and inspect it. I'm sure you'll find it more than suitable. Right in the next room on the wall. Won her off a Varani chap. Mind you, don't grasp the hilt. They say it's bad luck. Damn the siege.
This is the City Watch.
A captain of the watch never rests, but you've caught me at a good time. If I can do anything for you, simply ask. We see that order is kept and law-breaking does not pass unnoticed. If I may say so, we are very good. You will find no crime on the streets of our city, I assure you. A grand and venerable city, is it not? Like none other. So many marvels, such great citizens. Yes, I know of them. Rag-pickers, orphans, denizens of the Wending. Sparrows, murdered. I see. I'm so glad you've come to me before this went any further. As it happens, an old enemy of theirs has returned to Rathir. Done. Orwin done. Spotted on the quays. I have no guards to spare, but if you went now, found him, brought him in for questioning, Dunn could be found guilty. We have heard that he was spotted on the quays, snuck in aboard a merchant ship, most likely. A patrol of the watch will be sent after him, but if you were to go before, find him, prevent his escape, that would be well.
City Watch. Find your step.
sparrows send a hound out to the piers, and of course, now we're right where he wants the both of us, you and I. You think I'd just waltz back into Rathir like that? No, he lured me here to take the blame for the murders. That's what he did. Why the captain of the watch? The one that's been snuffing out those sparrows. He likely sent you here himself. Got you out of the way so he could go and slaughter the last of them. Leisure-like. Clever bastard he is. Read the writing on the wall, mate. And if you weren't such a fool, you'd have left those sorry rag pickers to die in peace. Oh, I'd spit on their sorry graves for what they've done to me. But not enough to show our faces in Rathir. We're not that mad. Well, that is rich. Maybe I can't, but old Talibor can. And did. Now someone has to pay for his crimes, so it's you or me. And I do prefer my odds. You're not going anywhere.
May your stay in Rathir.
30 then. 50 good. The City Watch never rests.
Lot of miserable rag picker. Lot of miserable You're the one. Do you know what you've done? A decoy, really. arranged long before you got into this. I needed someone to blame. Done, you mean? You're still standing, which means that he's dead. We all protect our hides when we must. I couldn't have this waif and her lot telling what they'd found. Which is why it's so good that you came. I'll blame their murder on you. Say you died in the struggle.
It is over now, thanks to you. And to think I only learned the cause of all this nightmare moments before he arrived. I was done with waiting. I had to do something, so I did what I know. I began sorting the piles of salvage, and that's when I found the cause. To hide his crimes, he was selling prisoners as slaves, smuggling them out to merchant ships in the dark of night. One of the boats wrecked and sank beneath the quays. That boat held slaves and gold, and had Talibor's name all over it. Before he could clear the wreckage, we took our pickings. We had his secret. He was willing to kill to save his name. In past times, we shared freely with the Watch, as we once did with the Dunman, but no longer. We will look after ourselves now. Defend ourselves now. Yes, I think that's best. As long as one other sparrow survives, I will be there to help keep this nest and shelter. What terrible secrets did we...
Welcome here. Hello there. You look quite fit, quite able. Perhaps goodbye.
Welcome. Relax.
Rest a while.
Lyria lights your way.
And 30. Not a go.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
Hello, hello. You have come to Gwalchmay's goods, provisioner to all Rathir, to high and low, great house and sparrow alike. Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up Spire Top. Then a spell went wrong, or his lover fell to her death. Whatever it was, broke him, it did. The great families of Rathir, of course, as rich in power as in gold. Visit the upper city and see them yourself. Worth the climb, if you ask me. Humble servant to great house, sparrow and soldier alike. Women and men in want of things make their way to Gwalchmay's goods. I could tell you a thing or two about this city. Did you know, for instance, that Faldra Nefari ate the 5th memorial stone? Cast a spell and ate it. I could say a thing or two about Wyvern Gif as well, if I didn't fear the consequence. The first 4 are easy enough to find about the city, but the 5th, few know the truth of it. They are the rag pickers and dust grubbers of the city. Mind you, I don't let them in the front door. Appearances, not to mention odors. Yes, what about him? I sent him on an errand and I'm still waiting. The Wyverns had a claim of their own, mind you. But their marriage to Gif, a scandal. I know the truth of it, but I'm not at liberty to say. Abrin wine? Wherever did you find it? Forgive me, it's just they're devilish hard to find. You likely had no idea, but there's not a wine in the world I love more. In fact, I think I'll uncork this now and have a sip. Or two. Ah. 2 bottles? Now this is a happy day, oh yes. A remarkable woman, there's no denying. But you be wary. Those eyes of hers make promises. Promise things she'll never give. Rotten-smelling stinkers, they are. But how they love the scraps and tossings no one else would pay a coin for. Now there's Anwan and Wyvern Gif. The old oak and the greenweed, some say. Not I. The coin of one's as good as the other. friend to any soul with such distinguished taste in wine. To you, friend. A Mayburn? Oh, yes. Very much. Excellent vintage. My warmest thanks. Very thoughtful of you. Very kind indeed. What's this? Trade agreement, eh? It's yours. Why, I'll give it to you for a song. That will get Carastus goat. Ah ha ha ha! Oh, an old crafty trader you are. It's a song, but for you, here's a sweeter one. There you go. Captain of the Watch, corrupt and murdered.
Do you want to prove
Hello. The contract. You have it. Let me see. This is... I don't believe my eyes. Did he agree to this? Oh, my lovely. You have done well. This will be very profitable for me. And so it should be for you. Don't let the old dog fool you. He is as shrewd and stubborn as they come. But like any old dog, his tail will wag for just the right treat. For now, then.
and I'll be headed back.
It's good to be back in Rathir.
Don't be shy.
Well, what ails you? All right.
good to be back in Rathir.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
So then she looked at me and said,
Ah, another sightseeing. My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong. The healers name it as an affliction of the blood, but Anwan blood has bent beneath no malady in generations. No, Malian was poisoned, I am sure. Our line is ancient. However, if my son Malian is not cured, we shall wither, and the weeds of wyvern gift grasp ever higher. His father died in the Battle of Galliffer Plain, his sisters in Cluricon. He is all I have left, and he is slipping away from me. It was early in the war, and until that time we had known only defeat. The day was won, and my husband lost. The wyverns were of respected and decent lineage, though their wealth was not great. Then the merchant's Gif bought House Wyvern, much to our surprise. They have mixed sea wash with fine wine. Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear. Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope. There's only one place that I know of, the Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower. It is an herb with natural properties. It is not strictly alchemy, and it does not cure a poison. However, it can relieve the symptoms for a time. Malian will still need an antidote before he is fully well. The wetlands of Acatha. Find it and bring it to my son with all due haste. Be wary. I have sent servants before you who did not return.
It's a nightmare, it is.
so then she looked at me and said, that's a wall.
City Watch, be on your way.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
Let's find gold over market, over common sense.
not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
The Lapidus, you have it?
Such a state!
Oh, I've been having such awful dreams. Insects crawling, dark things closing in. How long has it been? Feels like days. Days? Has it really? That does explain my back. And my head. It's foggy, but yes. A bottle of rather good wine was delivered. A gift, you know. I thought I'd have a sip. And then... where is it now? It seems to have rolled under the bed. No one noticed, I suppose. You haven't. It's a clue, after all. Mother must have been so worried. Did I just fall asleep and stay that way? After my sisters died in Cluracan, I wasn't allowed to even train for fighting. All Anwan's posterity hangs upon me. I understand that. Both Cassin and Willow were much older, and I remember them as tall and fearsome and fair. They had been dead for more of my life than alive. I feel so foolish now. A gift left at our door, and without a thought, I simply drank it. Forgive me. Still a bit foggy, I'm afraid. I recall Onfei bringing in the wine. It looked good, so I thought I'd have a sip. Then, darkness. Our oldest house servant. She's as devoted to us as... well, as if we were her own children. Do send for Mother if you would.
He has wakened? Thank Lyria. Here is your gold, but this matter is not yet settled. Find whoever did this, and far more gold shall be yours. The poison came in a gift of wine? Show it to Apothecary Ramwani, down in the Prairie. With luck, she can tell us the poison. Perhaps the poisoner. Thanks to you, Malian will recover, and House Anwan shall thrive. The Lapidus has revived him, yet until we have antidote, he is not saved. And while the poisoner is unknown, neither is House Anwan. You will find her at the Spire base in the Prairie. Present the poisoned wine to her. If anyone can help now, she can.
Stand aside.
Aruwani, apothecary, alchemist, importer, and cultivator at your service. If you think yourself a bit of an amateur, you are welcome to the use of my alchemist's bench. I'm happy to sell you anything you require, and forgive any faces I make at your fitful potioneering. He was the great alchemist of the plains of Erathell. Quite eccentric, but brilliant. His daughters in Emir took after him, and people think I'm weird. I've always found the mystery of herbs and fungi far more fascinating than anything else. As soon as I was old enough, I was apprenticed to the great Rilf Janik. Were you aware that 37 varieties of vine, flower, and tree can be found here? Discounting, of course, the lunar gardens. Have you been? The true marvel of our city, if you ask me. Blossoms you will see nowhere else in Amalur. An alarming question. Allow me. Yes, it is surely royal winds. Few possess such a compound. I am one. Lyria! What is more, I sold a file of it recently to a servant of old Einar Abagast. This is terrible. I will send an antidote at once, but someone must do something. Go to the city watch. Speak with Fabian Tiern. At once! I knew his face because he has come to me for various other alchemical items over the years. And I've seen him once, exiting Arbogast's door. The famous hermit of the Keys. Though his merchant business thrives, it is said he has not left his home in years. The compound is extremely rare, as it comes only from the lands south of the southern Phalanx. It's a devious poison, as you've seen. In far smaller doses, it is used by North Sea captains who must stand at the wheel for days unsleeping, lest they be sunk by floating ice. Rathir's city guards, haven't you seen them? Leave my store and head left through the Pederi. Find Fabian Tiern and tell him what I've told you. Fear not, I will have the antidote sent immediately.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
20? 50 good. What do you say?
This is the... Do you have a crime to report? Or any other matter? Think of the Watch as the right hand of the Orbicont. We keep the prison, keep the peace amongst the people. To be honest, crimes in Rathir are uncommon, outside the lower tunnels at any rate. An occasional drunken brawl among Varani, disputes between merchants, that is all. I can hardly believe the news, but the captain of the watch is gone. That means I will be captain soon enough. The Wending, where the poor live, extends into tunnels carved in the rock. Crimes there are hard to police, and the tunnels run deep. Thieves and the like will vanish there and re-emerge when we are gone. The council which governs Rathir. No one knows who is on the council, though you may see their palace atop the spire. They are cloaked in robes and shadows, but do not concern yourself with that. Poison? I'd heard the boy was ill, but that is a bit far-fetched. I'll send one or two of the watch. You should meet them with these accusations at Arbogast's house. Yes, and by Alfar law, you, the accuser, must be present. We don't take accusations against the great houses lightly. Good.
Prayer for our troops.
The doors are locked. This way.
Ah, here they come. He was a good servant. I knew him all his life, and now I have brought that life to a sweet and dutiful end. Manners, manners, this is the end allotted to us all. I need no fate weaver to tell me that. No, it was not him. He was my disciple, but it was I and I alone who began the work of death. There would have been more death, but no matter. Balin's testament burns bright this day. Why? Balin is the god of death, of endings. His testament is simply that all that live must die. And I am his priest. If Coriana had not slighted my love those years ago, if she had not drowned my green spring in barren snow, her house not flourished while my soul withered, I would never have known the beauty of death, the words of Balin. I resolved my gift would start with her, but now I see my time has come. I welcome Balin's embrace.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
It is done? Was he... Here, take this, and I must make a confession. I nearly married Einar Abegast many years ago. My parents forbade it. I knew it was wrong, that he didn't deserve to be treated so. The follies of youth. I never dreamed he would grow so bitter and turn to that dark cult. Never. Sometimes I think, if I had married him, I now would be no better than the wyvern Gif. And in the years since I broke our vows, I have had my own share of tragedy and loss. Yet I have not let it ruin me, but such is life in House Anwan. Rawani's antidote was true. He will improve. I have lost his father and his sisters to the war, but I shall not lose him.
The Watch sees all in Rathir.
Heroes, talismans, items of power. Do not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
Any luck? The ledger! Oh, Lunala's smile, you've done me a good turn. Master Gwalchmay'll be pleased as a fat Jotun when I bring him this, he will.
Do not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
A pleasant evening.
So many new faces in the market.
This was an important place early in the war. Now it's an oversized web.
This here's Dolvayan. You an officer? Got an officer's pass? No pass, no entry. It's a privilege to wear the steel helm. All who do should be proud. I gave my captain back chalk once, just once. And what do I get? 3 months guard duty, day and night. This here's our base, barracks and storehouse west of the Forian Strait. It played a bigger role back when the war raged where you and I stand now. But that was near on 10 years back. That's right, officers only. If you've got a pass, show it here. An hard night drinking in Rathir, was that it? Woke up with less in your pockets than you used to have? If I had a gold piece every time. We see that, especially from your sort, just back from the front. Well, have this pass we keep for visiting dignitaries, and try not to drink so much. That's right, you're allowed.
A few days and I'll be headed back.
You're back. So, you got in old Doveyan then? I hope it wasn't much trouble. Were you able to recover my arms? The staff wasn't rotted through, was it? That's it! No mistaking this old piece of wood. I feel braver just holding it in my hands. And the talisman? Did you find it in its place? Ah, wonderful. I couldn't say how many blades and arrows this saved my family from. I'll feel safer with it on my arm, all the same. Here, have this for your troubles. Life in a fortress sounds grand, but I'd take Rathir, with its fetes and food and fair-eyed ladies, any day. The name of Arn kept me safe until now, but a war is a hungry beast, and I suppose it was in my cards to be called sooner or later. And Lyria guard us both.
The Niskaru took everything from me. My soldiers, my station, everything. All my life burned when Balor rose over the fields of battle. These Niskaro, they were not always in the war. It wasn't until the Witch Knight Malwyn started making pacts with them that they fought alongside the Tuatha. We're close now. I've heard that the spear is guarded by the Niskaru warrior Azagal. We will learn if it still is. I see the spear. The Niskaru was short. We're close now. I've heard that the spear is guarded by the Niskaru warrior Azagal. We will learn if it still is. I don't know what to feel. All the years I spent trying to claim this weapon, and I never truly thought I would. I was not fated to have it. Not until you came. You have thrown back the veil of fate and revealed what is truly possible. It's almost enough to make me believe in second chances. Yes, but it is so much more. This will end the siege of Mel Senshir. It will bring the death of the Baelor. It will give me my chance for redemption. And I never would have laid hands on it, if not for you. Kind words, but not true. My day will come when Baelor is dead at my feet. And I would be honored to have you beside me then, too. Meet me at Rathir, the city in the east. Together we will break the siege of Mel Senshir and turn the Tuatha tide. Because of my failure, Mel Senshir has suffered years of siege. Even if I kill Witch Knight Malwyn and save the city, their pain is still my fault. To get to Mel Senshir, we need to take a ship from Rathir. and that means convincing Elund Karth, the city's ruler. With the wards down, I think we can get out this way. The liberation of Melsenshir is close. Hurry! With the wards down, I think we can... We have a problem. Elund Karth refuses to send any troops to assist Melsenshir. The old fool never would listen to reason. A weapon is only as strong as the one that wields it, and a general is only as powerful as the army she leads. We need to convince Karth to lend us his aid. You can find him in the upper city, looking over the strait at Melsenshir. The fool might as well be condemning the city. The man is not a warrior by nature. He cannot abide another risk for this city. But he's an idiot if he thinks we will get another opportunity such as this. They're in the city, but they can't join us unless Elund Karth grants his blessing for them to go with us. Agarth has gone to reason with him. He was a fine fighter, as I recall, but I do not know if his diplomacy is as practiced.
City Watch, move along.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
Oh, excuse me.
Then someone else will have to.
What do you want? I'm beset by petitioners these days. Another advocate for this absurd plan to retake Melsenshir, I take it. Look to Rathir's sister across the strait. Her battered walls, her burned gardens, her back broken from a decade of war. We take in refugees. We send them food that we can spare. We try to ease her pain. But for 10 years I stood here and watched her die slowly. And now you, a stranger, think to convince me to commit the whole of this city to saving her because our army's greatest failure has recovered some old relic? Mel Senshir stands as Rathir's eastern shield. Even now, nearly broken, she still stands. This city can do nothing for the fortress, but perhaps its people can. The wounded we have here wish to return to fight for the fortress one last time. I'll tell them to meet you at the docks, and take this as well from my own collection. May it be of use to you in the coming battle. They have delved earthward where we have lifted high. They think no one watches them because they are thus sheltered. The deeper they dig, the higher we will rise. I am the Elund, and I speak with the voice of the Orbakant. Within this city, my word is law. The City of Walls is lost to us, and we can afford no more troops for them. Better to muster our forces to counterattack after its fall. Those who watch and govern Rathir, they sit in secret council. Even their names are unknown, and are thus above corruption and idolatry. Only I am known, the Elund, their voice. They rule Rathir, and they do so from behind a veil. I am their face and their voice. Rathir has taken in half of Mel Senshir's population as refugees from the war. Orphans fill our poorhouses. They've never seen their parents' city and never will. I realize they long for their home, but they need to accept a painful fact. Rathir is their only home now. Mel Senshir is no more. You carry with you Rathir's bravest sons and daughters. Realize that if you fail to liberate that withered wall, you will have doomed our city as well. Do not speak to me of the war. I am the voice of Rathir, not a general or a fate weaver, nor Lyria herself, who alone controls the outcome. Go to the eastern docks in the lower city and find Captain Dodwin. He will oversee your journey to Mel Senshir. Go. Save our sister across the sea or die.
Keep the peace.
At your service.
Citizen.
Stand aside. Do not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
34 and 30. Lots of gold.
Just look at it all.
The healers in the office.
The ships are loading now for Mel Senshir. Are you ready to board? Right away.
Agarth, you know better than any of us how this will end. Why must we fight a war that you know we will not win?
You would still ask that, Talara, after all you've seen.
Until I get an answer, Fate Weaver. Until then.
Why do we fight? Because there is hope. Because only through battle can we break the chains that fate has forged. Don't you see? We have been given a chance. And though some of us will die, we will die knowing that our lives were finally our own. That we are no longer slaves to the whims of fate. Would you throw it away? Just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight. And if I die knowing that I have made a choice. And this choice, for good or for ill, was my own.
The great general is back! Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless. Cluricon is all swamp, jungle, and death. Have you ever tried fighting an army in a place like this? It's hot, wet, and it always smells like something died, because something did. We've been the front line of this war for the last decade. The fact that Mel Senshir still stands at all is a testament to all we've sacrificed. I was just a child before the siege started. I joined the army because I dreamed of becoming a hero like the great General Detyre. Funny thing, dreams. The General's army used to defend us, but that was before the Tuatha started summoning Niskaru to join them. Detyre's forces never stood a chance. Still, she blamed herself and went into exile. We could have used her here, but heroes only show up when you really need them, right? Those bastards keep squeezing us and squeezing us. Well, it's time for them to see what we mortals can do. When Mel Senshir was built, the Winter Fae weren't the friendliest of neighbors, but they were nothing like the Tuatha they've become. Likely you've come to see the fortress before it falls. I've seen her stand for the last 10 years, but the end, I think, has finally come. Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen it. The Niskaru Lord, Baelor, has come for Mel Senshir at last. Indeed, they expect us to hide behind the walls of Mel Senshir. Instead, we'll rush the field and delay the Baelor's arrival. That leaves the Witch Knight. Malwyn is the commander of the Tuatha forces, and likely the one who has made a pact with the Baelor. You and Detyre will be part of an effort to kill him. If we can kill Witch Knight Malwyn, then the Baelor may run rampant in the field, and in the chaos we can rout the Tuatha. It is much to hope for, but that's the plan. Soon. I know you're eager, but take a moment to make sure you're ready. Check your gear and say your goodbyes. When you're ready, come meet me by the gates. I'll be readying the troops.
Fine day for a battle.
Come on, the commander's waiting for us.
You won't last long. What is it? Time is running out! Steel yourselves. The battle is not to be taken lightly. Then let us go. We've had sightings of the Tuatha vanguard. When they enter the courtyard, we will open the gates and counterattack. You and Detyre will use the distraction to execute your plan. One way or another, this will be over soon.
The Tuatha are relentless.
Our hunt for Malwyn can now begin in earnest. I will take one path and you another. If a Wygland's troops hold, then Malwyn will be delayed at the outer wall with the Balon. But we should make sure he doesn't get past us. Now, we must get moving. There is no room for error.
back and guard this area.
moving! I'll make sure they don't try that again. Someone's got to make sure these ladders stay down. And you need to move before O'Waglin's troops start falling back.
Finally, some reinforcements. We tried to fight off the Tuatha, but they took most of our company prisoner. They're threatening to execute the rest unless we lay down our arms. You could get in amongst them, silently, if possible, and save what's left of the survivors. I recommend you tread lightly in there. They'll probably kill any survivors if we try to mount a frontal assault. Normally, I'm a scout, but anybody that can swing a blade has to do their part today. The Tuatha moved on us in such numbers, we couldn't hold them all off.
Our chance before they can regain control of the creature. Ah! Theoden, guide my hand. For Rathir!
still alive. You've got to destroy Baelor before it tears this place apart. I know, child. Everything seemed still in that moment when she struck the Baelor. At least she died how she wanted to. But her sacrifice won't mean anything unless you do something to stop that beast.
Tuatha. They're gone. After 10 years, I can't believe they're finally gone. It's over. After all these years, the siege is broken, and we're alive. Thank the gods for sending you to us. This is a glorious day. But I have heard a bitter rumor in the wake of all of this. Is it true? Has Detyre fallen? Then the rumors of her dishonor will finally be silenced. She gave everything to us in the end, and the world will know that. When we rebuild these walls, we'll name them after General Detyre. Her memory will stand as long as the ramparts shine. But she never would have been here had you not delivered her to us. It can never be enough, but we hope you'll accept this as our thanks. Now, we rebuild. Rubble from the outer walls is still blocking the gate. It will be some time before we can clear it. Until then, Agarth says you've got unfinished business with an old friend in Detyre. Don't worry yourself. Soon we will begin the campaign in Cluricon.
Welcome to the war.
Honor to you, champion. I watched from the battle's van while you faced Malwyn and his demon pet. You have earned great glory and the respect of all Alfar. If you have a moment, could I ask a favor of you? I have never been a part of a battle like that before. You and Detyre were magnificent. Historically, the First Sword is the greatest blade master of the Alfar army. I earned the title when I killed a Tuatha champion known as Zarastes. We grew up together back in Erathell. I've never known a warrior more courageous. Since the Tuatha penned us here, Mel Senshir has become more than just our home. It is where we made our stand. Now that the siege has been broken, it will be where we rise up and take the fight back to the cursed Tuatha. My sister can be abrasive at times. Do not let her rough exterior fool you, though. None can forge a finer blade. Since the battle, several of my men have asked for the chance to challenge the champion of Mel Senshir. You slew Malwyn and destroyed the great demon he commanded. They hold you in awe. 5 of our greatest fighters have asked, and if you accept, they will each face you here in the practice yard in single combat. There are 5 in total. Anayan Gaius, Tarek Smith, Saphaedra Will, Adrian Tyr, and my sister, Ragnar Sen. Tell me when you are prepared to fight, and I will summon the appropriate warrior. Good luck to you, champion. Excellent. Your first challenger is Anayan Gaius. He is a veteran of more than a dozen campaigns and my personal aid. This should prove interesting. Go with Lyria. That last fight with Anayan was interesting. He fared better than I thought, though I was unsurprised when you bested him. Prepared for your next challenge? Your next challenger is Tarek Smith. The smith spends all day pounding steel. Do not let him pound you too. Go with Lyria. You certainly didn't pull any punches with my blacksmith. I hope he can still hold a hammer tomorrow. Saphaedra Will is next. Are you prepared? Saphaedra is one of my best scouts, quick and agile. Give her any room and she'll make the ring into your grave. Go with Lyria. You handled Saphaedra readily enough. Perhaps it's time you face Adrian Tyr. Adrian Tyr survived alone 3 times when his company to a man has fallen. The soldier refuses to give up. He is fearless and enduring. It will take the force of God to bring him to his knees. Good luck. Go with Lyria. Adrian fell harder than I thought he would. Well done. Your final challenger is my sister, Ragnar. She is the finest weaponsmith in the Alfar army, and a peerless fighter. She will bury her sword in your heart if you are not careful. Do not underestimate her. Go with Lyria. One by one, the greatest of the Alfar have faced you in single combat, and all have fallen. Now it is my turn. I am Bronwyn Aurelia Sen, the first sword of the Alfar. I was born in battle, and hundreds have fallen by my hand. Let us see what you are truly made of, champion. Go with Lyria. You are worthy of honor, warrior. I have never faced your equal. Take this. Tilera herself granted me this blade for the slaying of the Tuatha champion Zerastes, but you deserve it more than I. The Alfar honor you, champion. May the Tuatha fear your coming. Go with Lyria.
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. It looks like fate has a sense of humor. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Mel Senshir should be cheered, not subjected to my sorrow. I am Adron Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more. I am a warrior, nothing more. I go where I am told. I will spill blood with my company upon the shield wall until either I fall or no enemies remain. I did not think fate would let us survive that onslaught. It seems that even if fate is not on our side, you are. She was the greatest among us. What happened out there on the wall? I knew she would redeem herself. Thank Lyria she was here, and that her life was not given in vain. Mel Senshir has been my home for 7 years of bitter struggle. As grateful as I am for the strength of its walls, I am eager for a new horizon. I was dead, or I should have been at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha cut him off, and then he was gone. It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this man, whoever he was a warrior of honor. He was cut off and surrounded by the Tuatha. He is surely dead. However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace to learn of his fate. The Varani warrior? The last I saw of him, he was cut off behind Tuatha lines in Cursewood. Farewell.
Who's this, then? Come to lighten gloomy Mel Senshir. I'm head of the Warsworn here. If you wanted to join, you've come far for the wrong way. You've got to start in Dalentarth. Every spare shield and blade from the Order's keeps come here. Here where death cries as endlessly as the ocean weaves. Call me a Castellan without a keep. Within the greater army is a smaller, war-sworn force, and that force answers to me. The leader of a war-sworn keep. There are 3 keeps in the Summer Phalanx. Perhaps there will be one here someday, once we're done with this war. Where there's war, there's war-sworn. Our way is the soldier's life. It gets under your skin and into your blood, and there it stays. Aye.
How can I help you?
Mortal!
Hardly know where we are, let alone what this place is. I just want my husband back. I've heard that these wilds are the last place in Detyre to find the Fae undisturbed. I'm a seamstress, an excellent one. Lot of good it's doing me right now. Please, my husband needs help! I can't bear to think about what the Fae are doing to him in there! We were just trying to pass through to the Red Marches when Amalur became ill. We had stopped so he could catch his breath when the Fae came storming out of their ruin. They took him past the barrier to the south, and I haven't seen him since. They took him to a ruin beyond that fork in the road. I tried to stop them, but they won't release him until the curse is removed. I have no idea what they're speaking of. Please, help us! Thank you so much. The Fae took him through the narrow pass nearby.
Greetings. You are strange. There's something distinctly fey about you. The Fae have thrived here for many cycles. Though the way the seasons have been flowing, we may not thrive for much longer. Some of our brethren departed, like our champion, Engard. Some went mad and became Narka. Those of us who are left remain for the sake of this land. If it were free of the Narka curse, we would gladly follow after our champion. We have confidence that he'll appear in Amalur once again. Every Fae is compelled to perform a function, and reigning as champion was Engard's role. When the champion returns, the circle of Engard will take up arms once again, and our rites of combat will shake the earth. I direct the circle of Engard in its duties. My allies and I serve the champion of valor. Not the mortal pretender, but the Fae known as Engard. Unfortunately, the champion is no more. Not since his defeat in the arena by mortal hands. The Fae champion of valor, Engard, was defeated in battle years ago at the House of Valor by a Varani warrior. In accordance with Fae tradition, control of the house passed to that mortal, and the Fae were forced to leave. They are our brethren, afflicted by the same curse as the Almain Allard. Left untreated, the curse alters the mind and role of the afflicted. We term these brethren Narka, and you'll find them wandering the desert of Ulcerund, attacking any that come near. They cannot tell friend from foe. It'll take some time before it's safe to walk the sands without a resolution to this dilemma. We realize our presence in Detyre is rapidly diminishing. If we can re-establish the tradition lost with the House of Valor, perhaps we can still stabilize our presence in this region. Releasing him would be detrimental to Fae and mortal alike. I sense something peculiar about you, though. Perhaps you could help him. He could be healed, we surmise, with the completion of the Rite of Valor. Have you noticed my enraged summer brethren out in the sands? They attack anyone, friend or foe. We of the Circle term it the Narka Affliction. It's a curse magical in nature. The affected cannot be reasoned or bargained with. The Almain fell victim to the curse, and though it has not altered his mind, he complains of pain. He warrants study, and so we keep him. The key is the Cora Petal. The regenerative properties of the petal can cure the Almain. You'll find it on the vessel of the Guardian of the Caverns, the Cora Thresh. The Rite of Valor will awaken the Guardian, which has lain dormant in this long winter. Defeat it, and the petal can be plucked from its vessel. Head to the Caverns of Ingress at the base of the Great Spine. There are 3 Erathell sigil stones within. They are marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Activate them in that order. Each stone will curse you. Once the last stone is activated, a beast of many vines will challenge you in your weakened state. Defeat it, and bring the Coropatel to us. You must activate 3 sigil stones within the caverns of Ingress. They're marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Each stone will lay a curse upon your vessel when activated, and summon opponents to face in your weakened state. At the right's end, a beast of many vines will appear to challenge you. Defeating it will permanently remove the curses. Their effects are temporary. The curses will vacate your body if you begin the rite, and then leave the caverns of Ingress. You must retrieve the Coropatel from the caverns of Ingress. Complete the Rite of Valor, and you will awaken a beast of many vines. Find it, defeat it, and pluck the Coropatel from its vessel. We have waited long for the champion to return.
We are the Circle of Engard.
We wait still.